Hair, come on, go down. You're just gonna have to put up with that hair today. So we've had 3 operating systems on a single piece of hardware. Are they ever gonna make a new one? I don't know, because I don't know, frankly, what they could add. This is fine. And the 3 watchOS updates have made the watch very, very functional. Having reviewed an Android Wear watch, review coming soon, a Fitbit Blaze, and having an Apple Watch. I'll get a Pebble later, review that. But spoiler alert, this is better. The Apple Watch is the greatest smartwatch we currently have. So with watchOS 3, we get a lot of features that people were wanting for quite a while, and not expecting, by the way. So jumping right into it, the biggest difference is this side button. Before, you would click that and it would bring out your contacts. Now they're like, never mind. No one's using that, and honestly, I wasn't. It's true. So they gave it an entirely new purpose. Now pressing this button gives you this dock, so you can actually multitask on the Apple Watch. When are we? Multitasking on a watch? I thought that would come much later. But no, you can select, I think, up to 8 apps that can be constantly refreshing in the background, and those apps open instantly. You get to decide which apps those are in the Apple Watch app on the phone, or you can just add them on here. It also keeps your most recent application open, and you can decide if you want to keep that in the dock. It's an option. So anyway, that brings up all those apps, and when you tap on one of them, it loads and buffers immediately. So that's a pretty major difference, and a button does an entirely new thing. Of course, there's also some new watch faces, like Minnie Mouse was finally added. I personally like this one that has very minimalist, but it tells you what hour it is, because that's the problem with that minimalistic watch. You don't know which hour it's pointing to exactly. It's borderline, but now it tells you, and you can change the color and stuff. It's cool. I love the new watch faces. What is different now, though, is you can set your watch face on the phone instead of just on the watch, so making it more dependent, I guess, but that's cool. You get a much wider selection and a better viewing angle of each watch face when you're viewing it on the phone, so that's good. After I did my Fitbit Blaze review, one of the commenters said, well, in the Apple Watch, you can't share your activity with other people. Literally the next week, watchOS 3 came out at the keynote, and it's like, well, now you can, and it's amazing. So I really love comparing my activity to Xander Kangle, great friend of mine, and I'm always winning. But before, it was just like, do good for you, but now it's like, do good and beat other people. That's really motivating to see someone else, how they're doing throughout the day, and you're just like, I'm burning more calories. It's fun. I enjoy doing it. So yeah, activity sharing is great, and they also added an entire new app just for the Apple Watch that helps you, I guess, stay more relaxed. It's just called Breathe. And it's funny to explain this to people. It's like, what is your watch doing? And I say, it's telling me to breathe. The watch teaches us to breathe correctly. We've been doing it wrong all along. It's fun to talk about, and it's actually very helpful. So the Breathe app works very similarly to the time to stand feature, which just makes sure you're not sitting for too long, because that's unhealthy. So it makes sure that at least once every hour you get to stand up and move around for a bit, get a break, and that's supposed to make you healthier. So now they're adding Breathe, which is supposed to kind of help with anxiety. So several times throughout the day, it's going to say, take a moment, step back from what you're doing, be still and focus on your breathing, and then this really beautifully designed Breathe app taps you lightly that says, you know, inhale and exhale. It's kind of like a mini yoga lesson on your wrist. It's definitely creepy, but it works. You can set how many breaths you want to take for it, like you can go 1 minute or 5 minutes. But when I do it, I'm not gonna lie, it lowers your heart rate, you feel a bit more relaxed. So I've been using it, and I like that feature. Breathe is really nice, you know, like breathing, it's fun. Thank you, Apple Watch. Another thing they said is that apps open instantly now. That's kind of true. The apps in your dock, they open pretty quickly, but it's not instantly. I mean, apps on your phone don't open instantly, so stop expecting so much. But once you go to the Apple Watch home screen and you open an app that's not in the dock, that still takes some loading time. It's definitely a lot shorter than it was. It's probably 3-4 seconds now. It's a watch. Give it a break. Its processor's probably the size of a bird beak. A very small bird beak. I don't know why I chose that metaphor. Simile. That's a simile. Come on, Drew. School. Anyway, all these features are really cool, and they make for a great update, but by far my favorite feature, Scribble! You can finally text on the watch without using dictation, which, like I said in my old video, I thought you could never be able to do that. Android Wear tried to do it in 2.0, and it looks terrible. It doesn't work great. Yeah, I just don't want to do that. That looks stupid. In Android Wear, it moves to the side, and you have to draw it as fast as you can, and it doesn't read you very well. That's stressful. That's a terrible way to do it. Scribble has a space and delete button, and you can write the letters at your own rate. Now, I don't want anyone out there thinking this can be a replacement for a keyboard. It's a lot slower. It's definitely not better than typing in any way, and I don't think it should ever replace that. So don't be like, hey, now I can use the Apple Watch independently because it now has a keyboard. No, this doesn't work like that. It's just cool to be able to do it really quick for specific stuff, and you don't feel like getting your phone out. You don't want to write big paragraphs and scribble. It's good for just little things that have to be very, very specific. But it works great. I love Scribble. I do it all the time. It understands you pretty well. And then when you get to the end of the word, you scroll the digital crown, and there's lots of words it's guessing. It's like its own autocorrect. So yeah, Scribble's amazing. I love it. I love all this stuff so much. You're great. So yeah, I'm very, very happy I updated to watchOS 3. When it comes out and it's available for you guys, definitely get it. And if you don't have an Apple Watch, get one. If you're an Android user, stop it. Get an iPhone and buy an Apple Watch. I'm kidding. Do whatever you want. Lots of you still don't like smartwatches. That's fine. It's whatever. I'm just saying though, you're missing out. This stuff is cool. Anyway, what do you think they could possibly add for watchOS 4? I'm coming up blank. I didn't think they could do much for watchOS 3, and they did. What could they add? Tell me in the comments below. This is your Apple Sheep here, obviously, and I will see you in the next one.